Welcome my friends back to Marvel Snap Dead Beast or Beast Pool. I don't know, we're still workshopping the name, but bringing in Deadpool into the Bounce archetype is so much fun. This is an archetype that is near and dear to my heart. The classic version had been running Human Torch alongside a little bit of the movement package. This time we're subbing that out to be able to bring in Deadpool and a little bit of the self-destruction package. They have very similar, remarkably similar play styles in terms of how they scale, but when it actually plays out on the board, a very different flavor of a bounce. So both Human Torch and Deadpool love Bast, right? Anything that is doubling wants to be as strong as possible the first time that it hits the board. Here, if we can Bast to hit Deadpool in hand, he's a 1-3. Then we set up the Forge. We can play Deadpool for the first time hitting the board as a 1-5 and then destroy him so that he comes back to hand as a 1-10. Ooh, that sounds like we're off to the races, especially with Moon Girl to capitalize on our greedy playstyle. Develop two 1-10 Deadpools in hand. I mean, now we're into the theory crafting the perfect draw order. Kill those because they come back as 120s. Oh my gosh, when it hits, it hits. It is fairly draw dependent, very combo heavy. It has the same weaknesses as a number of the other bounce archetype decks do, but this one is so much fun to get to come together. And the Moon Girl honestly just shining here overall. Great targets all across the board. You can duplicate the demons, you can duplicate the Novas in a pinch for a final turn power burst that the opponent might not really be able to expect or be able to keep up with. Also, the Angela loves the destruction. She synergizes with Killmonger, particularly. You can play a number of one-cost to Angela's location, sweep them away with the Killmonger in a way that Falcon was pulling them back, or the movement cards were getting played down and then moved to the side. We have some of the same synergy here for Angela to be able to scale up and be a lane-winning carry. So, our big carries are, of course, the Deadpool, the demons, especially if we can get them duplicated, and then the Angela. That gives us a lot of engines and everything else is running in support of this. The really fun high roll is when you can use Beast to actually return Deadpool early. He becomes free for the rest of the game. And if you guys have ever run a Deadpool deck before, you know that Elysium is your best friend. Being able to open up additional combos, and especially combos early in the game, can just kickstart Deadpool, send him to the moon, and that is our goal with this one. Let's dive in here for our showcase. We got the Bast, the Forge, the Moon Girl. I don't mind Moon Girl getting shaved off a little here, so I'm going to drop the Bast, and we'll see what we can develop. Holding Bast to be able to draw into Deadpool, there's an argument for that for certain. Cloning Vats. Cloning Vats always does incredibly well with destruction. I'm feeling very confident right now. Let us... I want to get the Novas involved as well, but maybe a little bit later. Maybe a little bit later. Develop a huge Carnage is my game plan now. That can then... Yeah, I mean, Forge has been buffed to a 2-3. That's going to give another card 2-2. I feel like that's worth cloning. I could even play him again. I can just keep on cloning bigger and bigger Forges. That doesn't sound like the best plan, but it would be funny. There's Mr. Deadpool. Okay, so you're going to get buffed. And then you're going to get destroyed. And then I can still... I have so much energy. I would love to play, I guess, Nova and then the Forge as well, so the next Deadpool can get over here and then destroyed by the equally enormous Carnage. And then we hit Moon Girl later on, and it's the game. What is Zabu going to be running? Probably is some flavors of Control. Zabu's usually going to be able to tech in the Shang-Chi, which would hurt quite a bit. If he's married up with Sarah, the Killmonger is our Achilles heel. If he is just the Thanos counter that's becoming more and more popular with Rock Slide and Hawk, then I wouldn't feel as afraid. Wow, okay, this is a new flavor. I'm excited. Double Zabu wanting to relive his glory days. They moved the Carnage. I wanted to destroy that lane so bad. Anyway, how do we adapt? So I have a 1-3 and I have a 1-6. The next card I play is getting the Forge buff. Very important to play this out correctly. You should get it. And then I think Carnage eats ya. And do I develop another Deadpool just because I have the energy? I feel like I'm supposed to. Strange Academy, mayhaps. I kind of want Venom to land over here on Project Pegasus, be able to consolidate this force. Yeah. Okay. Moon Girl, the cloning bats is taking over the job of the Moon Girl, which is amazing for us, as we can see. 116 Deadpool on turn 4. You're absorbing man the Polaris? Just to bring the Deadpool over. Okay, okay. Sure. I'm just trying to figure out how much this is helping him. I don't think it is helping him that much. Okay, so I play the big Deadpool here. I play the small... If I had not played that smaller Deadpool, he would have pulled the Carnage over. But who the heck? Who the heck? He has Absorbing Man on top of the Polaris. A Pixel Absorbing Man also. Ugh, it's disgusting. I think I Venom here. Yeah. Then this Deadpool will slide over on next turn. I have a huge Venom. I have a huge Carnage. And we roll over and die to Shang-Chi. But this is where we're at. This is where we're at. What an opening game. Cloning Bats just really lets us go off the chain here. So we have the list up above. You can let me know down in the comments if you have any deck substitutions you're interested in trying to fit in, if you're missing any cards, if you want to talk any card optimization. I feel like the Iceman is our big flex slot. If we want to run some kind of control against the opponent, if you feel like Shang-Chi is essential, heck, if you feel like Arrow is essential, drop the Iceman and bring him in. Bring them in, or run something to even have another capitalization on the Deadpool. But I don't know. I don't know where that takes us. Oh, you're going to what now? You're going to make sure that you lose this lane. Sarah? Sarah? Somebody want to check on my opponent? I'm not sure they're well. It's a 328 Venom. Oh my gosh. Okay. Put the Venom down. Put the... I don't know, I'm spoiled for choice. And turns out I still lose to Shang-Chi in a number of these situations. What is like the best? Can I play around Shang-Chi? Shang-Chi drops here. That takes them to 9. My Deadpool is 8. He does survive, but nothing else that I play will. Unless I use the Moon Girl, but I feel like that's too energy expensive. I could play it. Nope, Goose prevents me from doing that. Never mind, I take it all back. I was completely wrong. Maybe I don't use the Angela then. Or maybe I do. I mean, if I get 2 cards down here, the Angela will be able to scale up, and then I can just play like, I mean, I could just let it sit, honestly. Do something like this. Split the love. Play you. Play you. Either they have the Shang-Chi / Killmonger, or they don't. And I think that I just have to live with that. No, they didn't. They didn't. Oh, okay. Oh, so much dang power. Jumping into our next one, looks like it's going to be a rapid hit with the TVA. Put the Iceman in here. If you guys enjoy these style of deck guides, then any signal boost that you give to the video helps us, promotes us out to the rest of the community, helps us out a ton. The likes, the comments, they all get us out there. Let's go with Forge. Forge into who? I want to be able to get my hood out there, but I don't necessarily care if the hood is a... I don't care if he's a 0. I'm going to feed him to the Carnage. Maybe I'll draw something else. If I could draw the Deadpool, I could play him and destroy him on the same turn. It would feel pretty nice. New York. All right. None of the other locations matter. There's Killmonger. Okay. I can... Carnage. Eat this. It's okay. Then I hood. And then I Killmonger demon in that order on the final turn to be able to beat Crazy. Do we think that this is good enough to snap already? I mean, I feel like in this one, they might just retreat. It being the TVA and all. Alright. Early tempo this is something that the deck has in great supply. If you hit something, a location that incentivizes needing to win early, the deck can do it. Deadpool, Nova, Killmonger. Great opener for us. I do want Nova. I'd love to play it all on top of Angela, honestly. Maybe we delay kill Deadpool just a little bit. We'll see how our draws shake out. Atlantis. Nice open location for us. Okay, I will go for the Angela. See if we can get the extra scaling working. Baron Mordo, my beast, no. He's in the name of my deck, Baron. You're gonna have the audacity. Oh. RNG giveth and RNG taketh away. Okay, well this is crazy, right? This is it. We hit Forge onto Mr. Deadpool. 1-5. First time he hits the board. Gonna ramp up. Okay, Electro. I'm anticipating a Sandman hitting me, which is gonna slow me down a lot. Like Bounce rolls over and dies if you get hit by Sandman. But Bounce does pretty well up against Leech. Our cards are just native power. Oh, Hood down here. Native, what am I talking about? Native power. They just have power on the bodies. You don't need the abilities. And there's a Sandman. Okay. Oof. Hardcore counter matchup. Can we fight through it? It's going to be an interesting question. Deadpool is huge. 112. But what else are we going to be able to get going here? Not a lot. I guess I just Deadpool now. Do we like hope the Danger Room betrays them? It probably won't. They're just going to be looking to do, I mean, their ideal line is Doctor Doom into Odin, right? I'm feeling like if he snaps, we retreat at pretty much any point here. Ronin. Okay. Well, thank goodness I know now not to play the Moon Girl. Final turn. Is Venom cheeky enough to do it? It consolidates and then takes the Atlantis +5 versus, and then it debuffs the Ronin, right? But the problem is they just play anything they want over here. They still haven't snapped. Honestly, this should be a retreat, I think, but we'll see. They did the max? He died? Did we pull it out up against the Sandman? Come on. No, because the max gave us the 2 cards in hand and the Ronin buffed up. Yeah. You know what? I don't play Ronin a whole lot. All right. Hard counter to us, like I said. You see the Sandman come down. Probably should have been a retreat, but that was still fun to play out. Moon Girl, Killmonger, Nova, and then the Iceman. I will play Iceman first. There's a chance, depending on what how the draws play out, of actually getting Moon Girl to try and hit the Nova. Then you can just spam out the buffs. Jotunheim. I imagine they're gonna change that with Redstone. Meanwhile, I could just pick up Iceman and hit him again. Yeah, sure. The other opportunity would just be playing Nova, but here we go. Board is choked up with squirrels. Ooh, if we had Death squeezed in here, Iceman, if only you were Death. Okay. Now it's Nova. Deadpool. On mid, yeah, on mid. Do I hit him with the Iceman now? Or do I try and preserve the 2 power? I don't know if I really care one way or the other. With the Moon Girl on the horizon, maybe I do. Like duplicating the Iceman, I could play, if I play Moon Girl, I'm going to play Killmonger on 4, and then it'd be Moon Girl on 5. It'd still be 2 free 2 power cards on a opened up board. Let's try it. Angela. They played nothing? They're setting up She-Hulk. Yeah. The turn 3 pass is not that surprising when they have She-Hulk in the deck, right? Because then you get to play She-Hulk and a 1 cost on 4. So your pass on 3 is really short up. Man, She-Hulk is too good. Can we get balance changes to She-Hulk? I don't think anybody's really been crying about She-Hulk. I think she is extremely overpowered. We'll see. We only have a week until the next balance patch, so it's coming out. Poppity pop, pop, pop. It's so satisfying. I've seen people crying about Killmonger before too. So many Thanos players getting burned by him. We called it. Choki plus Time Stone. Oh no, my opponent has Green Stone. I think I just keep on pushing for the doubling on the Deadpool here. Get the Carnage to pop. But where get the Carnage to pop? Here? Here. Angela, you're not going to be able to scale up. I guess Central Park, because then I could move cards to New York and then just play cards to Central. Sure. The Angela, honestly, is probably also a flex slot for the deck if we're being very honest. There's a chibi Angela, it's so cute. Magneto moves my Killmonger. Alright, I was planning on moving to New York anyway. 1-8 Deadpool. I don't know if you're big enough. I don't know if you're tall enough to ride the ride. Or we just surrender New York entirely at this point. I mean, oof. Bast. You didn't want to be a more... I mean, what else would you have been? I guess Forge would have been a little bit better. Yeah, Forge would have been a little bit better, but not by a lot. Okay. We can play everything. Deadpool has to go on right. And we're surrendering New York, so we're in a pinch. We're definitely in a bind. 10 points? Sure. So this puts us at 12, 13. I think it's 13 central, and then at 10 on right. Yeah, 8, 9, 10. 13 central and 10 on right. I feel like that's about as even. Even as possible. What if I play the Moon Girl over here? That's 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 12. That is more even. That is technically more even. They've already played the Magneto. What do you have? Devil Dinosaur? Devil Dinosaur probably stomps us. Sorry, Arrow. Board's full. That was not the answer. That was not it. I'll take cards that lose to my weak final play for 500. Arrow. Hey. Always fun to beat the big purple Titan. So here is the deck in all of its bouncing destruction glory. So much fun to bring this one to the card table. So we have a bad matchup up against Shuri because she's running Armor and Cosmo. We also have a really bad matchup against Ramp, but with the Killmonger, we honestly have a pretty good matchup up against Thanos. And when you're able to hit the combo of the Bast and the Deadpool with the rest of the tools in this deck's toolbox, your power ceiling is so high, almost any deck is going to have trouble keeping up with you. So I hope if you guys pick this one up against too many cubes on your climb up to infinite. And I would also love to hear if you guys make any adaptations, how well the deck performs for you down in the comments. Till next time, thank you guys for watching. Keep on snapping.